If you only have 5 posts a month, if you only have 10 posts a month, that's not enough data to know what your audience actually wants. So you need to ramp up the volume, ramp up the data, analyze that data, and then you can make sure that you can keep creating the content that is actually going to speak to your audience. I hope you're good. Welcome back to the Made for More podcast. I'm so excited that you're here, and I'm so excited to bring you this solo episode today because I have been talking to you a lot. I've been asking you polls, I've been sliding into your DMs and asking you questions, and I've been speaking to my community, both my free community and in the sisterhood, and I've been putting a lot of work in to try and figure out exactly what it is that you want, because this podcast and this YouTube channel is for you. This is all for you. This is all about up-leveling your mindset, about up-leveling your business, helping you reach those goals that you really want to reach. And I want to put out the content that you exactly need. So I've been chatting to you a lot, and what I hear so often is that you want the behind the scenes. You want to really know what it takes to build a business like this, but also what it really looks like behind the scenes, especially as a working mum. So if you are just tuning in, if you have no idea who I am a mum of 2. My name's Carly. I'm a mum of 2. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I'm also the CEO of Girls Building Empires. So what it looks like to be building this business as the CEO and also having 2 kids so young is crazy at times. It's chaotic, it's completely all over the place, and there is no structure, routine, anything like that, because kids throw all routine out the window and all structure out the window. So I've had to learn to be super flexible and really adapt to, working around this. And so I'm actually really excited to show you behind the scenes so that you can see exactly what it looks like, and that you don't compare your journey and what your business looks like to our perfect Instagram page. Like, I always try and show you a bit more behind the scenes on there, but it's so easy to look at the amount of followers that we've got and everything else and think, oh, it must be so easy. Sales just come in and it's just so easy. And I just really wanted to show you exactly what goes into it. So we're gonna start with our social media strategy. I'm gonna peel back the curtains and show you exactly what our strategy is and how we are creating the volume of content that we're creating at the moment. So just a heads up, first of all, if you are new here and you are not yet subscribed on YouTube, then please subscribe on YouTube. If you are not yet subscribed on wherever you listen to your podcast, please subscribe. It means that you're going to get the next episode notified to you, and believe me, you are not going to want to miss the next episodes. We've got amazing people coming up, and I'm going to be spilling the beans, spilling the tea. Is it beans or tea? So you're going to want to stay here for that anyway. Let's dive into our social media strategy. So our social media strategy has massively ramped up over the last couple of months. So we started out doing like 1 post a day and we were jumping on the reels thing, where we were just like putting a reel out. And obviously Girls Building Empires started out as a quote account. So everything that was posted on there was just quotes. So we actually had a really interesting experience. When I first took over Girls Building Empires, I came in here trying to mix things up, and this audience was so used to seeing quotes all the time. And then suddenly I started doing reels, I started talking to the camera, I started giving tips and value and talking about business opportunities. And for a moment, our Instagram following were like, what the F is going on? Like, who is this brand? Who is taking over? I just wanted a nice little motivational quote. What is going on here? It was a real big shift for us, because we've been in a period of time where we've had to retrain our audience. What that means is that we've lost a lot of followers. We've also gained a lot of new followers. But to give you a kind of context, we probably lose about 14,000 followers a week, but we gain probably around 13,000 followers a week. So we're still in a transition period at the moment where we are losing the people who just want the quotes and are just here for that. And we are gaining the people that actually want to do something about it. Like they're motivated and now they want to be part of our membership, or they want to learn how to actually do this, or they want to put this motivation into action. So it's been a really interesting experience, and we've had to play around a lot with our social media strategy to find the balance, because when I first came in, I went all in with what I would do with if it was my personal Instagram account. We quickly realized that that didn't work, so we still had to stay true to what the account was, you know, the foundations of the account and why people were following in the first place. We've tried to find out our perfect balance now, and we're getting to a really good point. So now we've figured out really, you know, what the audience wants and exactly where we're going as well. Now we are really ramping up our social media strategy. So what that looks like, again, I don't have time to be recording content all the time. I also don't have the energy. 5 nights out of 7, I have sleepless nights because my daughter is awake crying, or my son is waking up, whatever. I don't have the energy to be on camera giving it full-blown energy every single time. So I batch record a lot of my content. So today, I've actually come to my partner's salon. This is my partner's hair salon because I like this wall. And I'm batch recording loads of content. So I'm doing a few podcast episodes, I'm doing some YouTube videos, I'm doing some shorts, and bits and bobs like that. And that means that I'm set probably for about 2 to 3 weeks. I think I'll probably be set for. So this is how it works with us. We are actually we're posting 3 times a day on Instagram, twice a day on TikTok, and twice a day on YouTube Shorts. And then we are having, on top of that, a YouTube podcast episode every single week. Plus I'm gonna be putting out KAJABI tech tutorials because I love KAJABI and I want to teach more people how to use it. So I'll be doing at least one of those every single week. And then probably some short form videos on YouTube as well. So I would say, yeah, longer form videos about 3 or 4 times a week, 2 shorts a day, and then all the other things. And then of course we have a podcast that goes out every single week as well. So what that actually looks like in terms of creating it, it's a lot of repurposed content. Like this is some smart content creation. So I always focus on the long form pieces of content first. I focus on those podcast episodes. I focus on the big pieces, which I can break up into smaller things. So right now I'm recording a podcast episode. This is gonna be obviously going on my podcast. This is also gonna go on my YouTube channel as a full episode. This will also likely get cut up. Well, not likely, this definitely will be. This will get cut up into some shorter clips that are landscape, but in kind of like a template, which will go into my Facebook group. They might go on an advert for something. So I'm actually doing a lot of Facebook ads for my podcast at the moment. I'm driving lots of traffic to my podcast. So this kind of video in that landscape form, in kind of like a template, that square, will likely go onto an advert. And then this video will also get broken down into a lot of shorts. So this will go into the reels that go onto Instagram, it will go onto the TikToks, and it will go onto the YouTube Shorts. You actually don't need to create different videos for every single platform. I'm actually doing the same video for every single platform, but you change the way that you package it depending on each platform. So the title and the caption that I put on TikTok is going to be slightly different to the one that I put on Instagram. So the caption that I write in the, in the notes, the description on Instagram might be a little bit longer. I can really kind of go into it a little bit more there. The title on the front, like the thumbnail of my TikTok, is going to be mega engaging. Like the whole point of it is just to make someone click or keep listening. So that's the idea of the TikTok. And then with YouTube Shorts, you really don't have any space to really write anything at all, and you're not really having thumbnails either. So a lot of the time that just goes up in its rawest form, which is really cool. So the way that I record it as well is I have my camera in front of me that I'm looking into now. I also have a mobile phone on my right, so it gets a different angle as well. So it means that from this one piece of content, we've got that front angle, that side angle, so some nice little, mixing it up, a little bit of dimension to it. And so that's how I'm recording it. And so out of this one video, I should actually probably get, I would say about 10 short form videos out of this. I'll also get my long form video, I'll also get my podcast, and I'll also get maybe 3, maybe 6-minute clips out of that as well. So it makes it super easy, and this is how I love to do it. And then the next thing I'm going to do once I finish this is I'm going to switch over to my iPhone. I'm gonna go onto IG Live. This is one of my favorite hacks actually. I'm gonna go onto IG Live and go on and do a Q&A with my audience on Instagram. Now the reason why this is so cool is that when I do a Q&A on Instagram, I am answering the direct questions that my audience wants. They're asking me a question and I can answer them right there and then. And this is amazing because I don't have to spend time researching first. What do my audience want? What do they want to know? What questions do they have? I just go live on Instagram, answer their questions right there and then. It's really rough, it's really relaxed, it's not polished at all. I'm just speaking off the cuff. And then once I do that, I'll speak maybe for like half an hour. I record that video, download that video, and then again, I can break that down into even more short form videos, which can go on my Instagram Reels, they can go on my TikToks, and they can go on my YouTube Shorts. So, and also another thing is that while you're doing that Instagram Live, you can even set up the camera still, so we're recording you from another angle, and that could be a long form YouTube video with loads of questions answered in there. So, there is so much you can do in a short amount of time, and this is what I'm really passionate about. Like when I first even thought about putting out 3 posts a day, even 1 post a day at one point, I was like, how the hell am I gonna post 1 post a day? Now I'm looking at 3 posts a day, but when you actually have a system like this, where you start with that long form post and you keep chopping it down into multiple different ways and you keep repackaging it in multiple different ways, you realize actually you can get so much content out of it. And have you ever watched something? Have you ever watched a film or watched an interview with someone? Actually, this happens all the time. I listen to a podcast, me and my partner will listen to it, and we will just pick up on completely different things in it. Like he'll listen to it and say, didn't you just love it when they said that? And I'm like, I don't even remember them saying that. Or I'll say, yeah, but did you love this bit? This taught me so much. And he'll be like, what? Did we listen to the same podcast? And the thing is, 2 people will listen to the same clip and take something from it. So you could actually be showing the same clip in a slightly different angle and someone's gonna take different things from it. So don't think that because someone hears a section of a video once, they are instantly gonna remember that they've heard it again. Most people need to hear things 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times before it even lands. So don't think that you can only post content once. Repackage it, change the angle, change exactly how you say it. Maybe you make it slightly longer, change the title and the heading and the caption, and you can do so much with that 1 piece of video. So our content strategy really is to be pumping out a mass amount of content. If you look at like Jay Shetty, he got huge because he was everywhere. If you look at Alex Hormozy, he is everywhere. I think what happens a lot of the time, and I was speaking to Jasmine Star about this, is that we feel sometimes that something isn't working and our efforts aren't working, but most of the time we're actually just not doing enough of it. We're not doing it long enough and we're not doing enough of it. So when it comes to social media, it's likely that what you're doing right now is actually really working. It's likely that your audience is resonating with it. It is good and they're liking it, but you're just not doing enough of it. Like posting twice a week is not enough in this day and age that we're living in now. Posting, sporadically is not going to cut it. You have to break through the noise and you just have to be visible. And the way of doing that is pumping out as much content as you can. And you can do it in a really smart way now. That is our strategy basically. We are creating a viral content vault, just loads of content, really focusing on, going viral on TikTok. If something goes viral on TikTok, it's likely it's going to go viral on the other platforms as well. And just playing around with, captions and having little tweaks on the things that we're doing to see what really flies. And then once you do that, you have so much data. Like if you've been putting out, if you've been putting out 3 posts a day, say you're putting out 90 pieces of content every single month, that is a good amount of data to look at and say, okay, my audience really responds well to this. They don't respond well to this at all. They loved it when I spoke about this. And then the next month you can go on and completely keep going with that topic. If you only have 5 posts a month, if you only have 10 posts a month, that's not enough data to know what your audience actually wants. So you need to ramp up the volume, ramp up the data, analyze that data, and then you can make sure that you can keep creating the content that is actually going to speak to your audience. So it's a much smarter way of doing it. So I don't want you to get overwhelmed by this. I don't want you to look at me talking about my 90 videos a month and think, man, I can't do that. But I do want you to start thinking about your content creation as one of the highest priorities in your business. I'll be totally honest. When I first took over Girls Building Empires, creating content was actually probably like my number 4 priority, because we had so much to put in place. I had courses to build, I had a membership to build, we had funnels to build, and there were so many moving parts. And I know that that's probably the same for you in your business right now as well. You're trying to create your digital products, you're trying to figure out what your brand is, you're trying to get your lead magnet out there. And I fully get that that takes a lot of time. And I made the mistake of kind of neglecting our social media content. And I kind of was like, yeah, people will find us. But now I've switched everything on its head, because what I realize is the world that we live in right now, we are able to get so much free organic traffic. Like, the algorithm and the reach that you can get on TikTok alone is crazy. I'm seeing so many people going from 0 to hundreds of thousands of followers within 6 weeks, because they are testing it. They're getting a good viral video, and then overnight everything completely changes. So what I realize is that it's not always going to be like this, but right now we can get massive reach, we can massively build online, and we need to make that our number 1 effort. Because then whatever funnels you have, whether it's a freebie funnel, whether you have tripwire offers, whether you have whatever it is, you have a course that you're trying to send traffic to, you're trying to sell clothes on e-commerce, if you get good viral content, you are pumping leads into that consistently. That literally doesn't stop. So this is where I've switched everything on its head. Our content and our, good quality, mass amounts of content is our number 1 priority. And just getting it out on all of those platforms. Video-based content is huge, and that is our strategy. So I'm excited. I'm so excited to see, after posting, I say 90 pieces of content, it's actually probably way more than that, because we also have emails going out. I email my list probably 2 to 3 times a week. We have a newsletter which is about to get completely revamped as well. And so, yeah, there's loads of stuff that is going out. Even if someone doesn't connect with that piece of content straight away, we're top of their mind. And I hope that when someone thinks about wanting to start a business, they're going to think of Girls Building Empires, because they saw our name in the email, they saw that reel on YouTube, on Instagram, they saw that YouTube Shorts, and we are just top of their mind. So that's how you want to think about your business as well. You just want to think about how you can be truly visible. You can just start planting seeds everywhere. Every piece of short form content that you put out there is a seed that you are planting, and you never know how it's going to grow. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I will keep you posted. In a few months' time, I'll let you know the results of our mass viral content vault. And until then, let me know what videos you love. If you comment on our videos, it really tells me that you love them. If you, slide into my DMs and let me know what you're loving, what you want more of, it makes such a massive difference. And as I said, this is all about you. This is all about helping you build your business. So your feedback is so, so valuable. I will see you soon. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to be back very soon for another behind the scenes episode. And I cannot wait to peel back the curtain and show you exactly what it takes to build a business like Girls Building Empires. Thank you so much. Bye.
Hey, just a quickie. If you loved this episode, which I'm sure that you did, it would mean so much to me if you would head over to iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to this and leave me a 5-star review. It means so much, and it does make, honestly, such a massive difference to how we're able to grow this podcast. And also make sure that you subscribe as well. If you hit that subscribe button, you will never miss one of our episodes. Share this with anyone else that you think will find it valuable, and I so appreciate all of your support. Thanks so much. Bye.